Hi. Today's question has three answers, and the third one is a secret as to how using pen names can actually make you a lot more money. So let's get into it. The question that was sent in to me was, do I need to use my real name when publishing my book? This is a normal question. Now, most people would be thinking if you wrote a book, wouldn't you want to use your actual name, since that would give you credit for that book that you put out. But there's a number of reasons that it's worth considering why you might not want to do that. So, for example, some people might be thinking, I don't really want to draw attention to myself in this way. Other people might be thinking the type of writing that I'm doing, I don't really want to be associated necessarily with that writing. You may have a message, but you may not wish to have your name directly on that since it may undermine other things that you're doing. And the third is you might have your main job or something, and you don't want to be doing something that a secondary side thing that could be a problem there. And so these are a number of the challenges that people face when they're trying to get started. Now, when I first started, I did in fact use my own name, and I broke a number of rules that I probably shouldn't have done, which we'll get into under the answer section. But I figured why not do books under my own names. But before I get into the answers, just wanted to let you know this is Chris Baird from Self-Publishing Made Easy Now. Go ahead and hit the subscribe bell if you would like for me to make more videos like this one. And check out below my free self-publishing checklists in the description. Okay, so after I had published a number of books, I then came into, after taking courses and watching videos and reading other books on the subject, I began to realize there is a serious reason you would not want to use your own name for all the books that you're publishing, and some of them are not quite obvious. So the first is you're free to use any name you would like. So there is no problem whatsoever doing that. So, and people do it for many different reasons. One of the reasons you might do it is because, like I was saying, you may not wish to be associated with the writings that you're doing. Another reason that you might want to do it is you have competition, and your competition can actually leave negative reviews on your books if they know which books are your books. And this is one of the reasons some people choose not to go in this route for leaving their names on their own books, is to prevent their competition from paying people to leave negative reviews or leaving directly negative reviews. There's nothing dishonest about using a pen name. Many famous authors have done it, like Mark Twain and others. And the other is you should not use a famous name. So that's a very important thing to keep in mind if you're going to be using a pen name. But the third answer, which is the secret answer for today, is the main focus here, which is how exactly using pen names can actually make you more money. And the answer is you will sell more books if each pen name that's being used is for a specific genre. So, for example, if you're writing cookbooks and then you're also writing books on fiction, and then at the same time you're writing books on spirituality or something, and you're writing books on sleeping better, so we're blending across different categories, you're going to sell less books because you're not going to have the same level of authority as you would if each of those pen names or each of these author names actually is focused on only one type of book. And it sort of makes sense because how could anybody be an expert on everything? So if they're writing books on everything, well, clearly they're maybe not an expert on anything, or maybe they're just dabbling a little here and a little there. Whereas a person who puts out 10 to 20 books on one specific subject, let's say vegan diets, well, that person would clearly be establishing themselves as an authority in the field of vegan diets. And so this would be something that you would definitely want to consider. You will always make more money if each author's name or pen name that's being used is focused on a single genre. It's okay to use your own name, but just choose the genre you want to stick with. Don't be switching around from one to another. Otherwise, it is very strategic to go about using a pen name. And when choosing the pen name, choose a name that is not going to sound like another author's name. That will get you in trouble. So I would not do that either. Some people have thought if you were going to come out with let's say a series like Harry Potter, and you figure out J.K. Rowling and you're J.K. Rowling or something like that, this would not be suggested. Tricking readers to read your book is not a good way. That will result in getting low, bad, poor reviews because your readers become confused. They purchase the book and are dissatisfied with what they did because they thought they were going to be getting something else. And the one thing we always want to do is deliver on whatever a person thinks they're going to be getting, that they will in fact be getting it. What have you found? Have you tried using pen names? Have you had any success with that, or have you preferred using your own name? And if so, what are the reasons you've done that? Go ahead and let me know below in the comments, and go ahead and check out above me right here, and you'll see more answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.